Hello and welcome to Something for the Weekend with me, Ellis Butcher.
Me, Fiona Scott.
Me, Kathie Griffiths.
And me, Stephen Day.
The Fab Four of Oban are back as...
Where are they?
I like that.
Where are they? Are they joining us?
For another weekend edition. Just as the snow is gently falling as sleet in Oban, which moves me on very rapidly to something that I think Kathie may want to tell us about. A bit of a little shout out to someone who came to the rescue this week. Over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ellis. So my superheroes of the week are the guys from Par Electrics. They came to the rescue of my daughter Millie yesterday. She was driving to work from Seal, going really slow, but because of the sleet and slush on the road, a bit of a sort of bad sort of a hill corner, and just went off the road and completely sort of went on its side and got stuck. Bless her, she couldn't get out and she was beeping her horn and couldn't get out of the car door. And luckily for her, the lovely chaps came along in the van, so that's Par Electrics. And they stopped and they managed to get her out. And because her phone wasn't working, they lent to the phone to give me a call, and they were just fantastic. They were so kind. So I really, really want to say thank you so much.
Well done, Par Electrics.
Well done.
Absolutely. But it reminds us all that, even though you're going careful, stuff happens, doesn't it? But we just need to take extra care on the roads when it's like this, which everybody knows, I'm sure. But there you go. I care about you all.
Well done, Par Electrics. That's absolutely brilliant. It's people like that. These are heroes, superheroes that don't wear a cape, aren't they? People like this that are out there in the community. Anyway, in terms of what's coming up, don't forget, you can always contact us at somethingfortheweekend at obantimes.co.uk. We've got our own special email address. Coming up today, we've got some interesting news about food from Maggie Dougall. And we've also got a bit of a ditty from Kirsty Fisher. So it's all go today. We've also got some events coming up this weekend, haven't we?
We have. I'm off to Lismore tomorrow. It's their Christmas market. It's an outdoor one. It's at the Heritage Centre. I think you can go in if you want to get a bit of lunch from them. But there's going to be stalls, but you have to wear your masks and you have to keep your social distance. Also, Ling at the Atlantic Island Centre, they're running a Christmas market with a bit of a difference because you actually have to book your slot. So you need to go online and get the number for the Atlantic Centre and book your slot so you can go around and see what crafts they've got there. There's also a market on at Not Just Desserts at Bacaldine. They've got a market there, and I believe the pop-up shop for the RNLI is going to be outside the Sea Kayak place in, I always forget, Argyle Street. Is that right, Fiona? You had to remind me last week.
Yes, Argyle Street. That's where they're going to be undercover, hopefully.
Yeah, so, Christmas spirit is on us. So just get out there and support those local businesses and charities and those wonderful makers who create gorgeous things for us.
Talking about Christmas spirit, Kathie, if you're looking for something to do this afternoon...
Are we talking about drink?
No.
Oh.
If you're looking for something to do this afternoon at 4:45 at Oban Phoenix Cinema, they're showing A Christmas Carol. Now, this is a new one directed by Jackie Morris. And it's got Carrie Mulligan, Andy Serkis, who else is in there? Martin Freeman's in there, Simon Russell. So yeah, this is it's a radically animated retelling of the holiday classic. And it's got some dark sides to it, but looks absolutely fantastic. And I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I can never get sick of watching A Christmas Carol. I think it's Dickens's, best achievement, and I can watch it. Alistair Simpson, The Muppets, anything. It's just a brilliant story.
I think The Muppets has to be the most definitive Christmas Carol, though. The Muppets and Michael Caine. How could it be any better?
I just love them all, Stevie. And, when a new one comes out, I've rushed to see it because I like to see how everybody puts their own different takes in it. It's fantastic.
Humbug, Fiona. Humbug.
Humbug.
Bah humbug. Bah humbug.
Now, let's not have any of that. We're in the festive spirit this weekend. Another thing to mention this weekend, actually, Friday today, free Christmas parking comes in.
Yay.
Yay!
On.
Oh, love a freebie.
I was a
Freebie.
day early. I went into Oban yesterday and I was so cross because I texted Ellis to ask when free parking started and he said, tomorrow.
Now, this is just so that nobody ends up with a Christmas festive parking ticket. This does actually only apply to council-run off-street car parks. So it's not the same as just pulling up at the side of the road and ignoring the meter. The free parking actually applies to the big car parks, the Cornholes 1 and 2, places like that. So don't be getting yourself a ticket at Christmas. That would be terrible.
I was just going to say that the private car parks don't apply either. So I imagine any run by Horizon or the supermarkets, they won't be free.
Absolutely.
So just watch out.
So Kathie, St Andrew's Day, tell us all about it.
St Andrew's Day. Well, I caught up with Maggie Dougall from Oban Link Club, who spent most of her St Andrew's Day in the kitchen cooking up a feast for members of the Oban Link Club. It's a mental health support group, because they decided they were going to have a Zoom special meeting that night with music, poems, chit-chat, a bit of Highland dancing, I believe, as well. Somebody playing the box and eating lots of gorgeous food. And they were going to make it as takeaways and deliver it to members' doors. So here's a little chat we had.
Maggie, it's been St Andrew's Day this week and you were rather busy in the kitchen.
Yes, very busy. We, the Link Club decided to celebrate St Andrew's Night a wee bit differently this year because of, all the restrictions. So what we've done is we've done it on Zoom, which was really good, and we organised the takeaway food with the haggis, neeps and tatties. I made a dumpling and we delivered it to people's houses, and then we all joined up on Zoom and we had a box player and a sing-along. We did some reciting of Burns, and somebody actually even did some Highland dancing.
How fabulous, how fabulous. Now, being a bit of a foodie, I'm going to have to ask you a little bit about this dumpling. So to me it looks like a fruit cake, a fruit pudding.
Yes, well, it's basically lots of dried fruit and cinnamon and mixed spice, stuff like that, and there's a bit of egg and flour in it. It's not too complicated, and it's very, very popular. It's one of everybody's favourites, really, in Scotland. It's always goes down very well.
So do you have it with a sauce? Do you have it with like a kind of custard or something?
No, you don't have it. You don't have it with a sauce. You just have it on its own. And the other way to have it, usually the day after or in subsequent days, is to have it fried for breakfast.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
But with egg, topped with an egg.
You can have an egg or bacon or whatever, but for us, we used to always have it. That's quite a common thing. And when I did bed and breakfast, we used to offer them a slice of dumpling with fried for their breakfast.
Now you see, my mum Ishbel was a MacDonald from Forres, and I always remember her making a wonderful pot of broth with, would it have been lamb and the barley, and we used to love that. And I just wish now that I'd paid more attention when mum was at the stove. I should have been hovering rather, going off doing teenage things. And we always used to get really excited at the end because the best bit was the thickers, my dad used to say.
Yeah. So no, my mother was a fabulous cook, and she made wonderful broth as well. Any of her soups were brilliant, but her broth was really something to write home about. It was excellent, and it was often, it was almost a main course in itself. And just we would take the bits of meat out and have the bits of meat afterwards, after you'd had the soup, and have that in your plate after. So that was
like a main course, wasn't it?
A main course, yeah.
But you didn't make broth, did you? You did tatties and neeps.
Cockaliki soup. So that's chicken and rice with lots of leek in it. So that's quite a traditional one as well.
What is it about food, do you think, that makes people, because food is always a big part of tradition, isn't it?
Yes, I think it is, and I don't know whether it's I lived in Italy for a while, and they're very, very food orientated as well. So I think every country's got their own traditions, and the ones that we have here, anything always revolved around food. It was always at the table, or so we had a big family, and it was always celebrated by food. My mother always used to make a dumpling for each one of us when it was our birthday. You didn't get a birthday cake, you got a dumpling.
Oh, really?
And in those days, which is a long time ago, she would wrap some silver threepenny bits in a piece of greaseproof paper and put it in the dumpling. So the person who got the silver threepenny bit, was the lucky person, on the day. So so a dumpling was always big thing on the birthday for us. Yeah,
it's home comforts, isn't it?
Home comforts,
food, home comforts, happy people.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for yours, Kathie.
I just want a great big bowl of broth now.
You hungry, Fee?
Well, I wasn't until I heard that. I'm starving now.
What would you start with? Dumpling and then soup and then neeps and tatties?
I'm not too keen on dumpling. It's a bit heavy for me. I'd just go straight to the soup. And then,
I love a good pudding. I'll eat the lot. Bring it on.
I have to say, dumpling is one of the things that I just never got the hang of. Don't like it.
No. I'm with Stevie.
Yeah.
Is it like Christmas pudding, basically?
Don't like Christmas pudding either.
Are you a profiteroles man at Christmas then, Stevie?
Trifle or chocolate cake. That's my Christmas.
We go all Italian. We do tiramisu.
Love tiramisu.
Yeah. I put double.
Love anything.
I put double sponge fingers in the bottom as well, because that's my favourite bit. So when you make it yourself, you can put as many as you want, and it's great.
I'm so hungry now. What's next? Before I start trying to eat the table that I'm sat at, what have we got next? What's coming up next?
Right, music. Let's turn. Well, we've had food. Now we've got some tunes. And I'm going to pass you over to the very, very capable hands of Fiona Scott.
Thanks, Ellis. The music this week's coming from Kirsty Fisher, who's originally from Perthshire, and that's where she's living at the moment as well. But the good people of Seal will know Kirsty because she worked there as a wildlife guide last year. She's a lovely girl. In October this year, she released a new album, which she recorded in Antobar in Tobermory, across there in Mull, where her sister Hannah and son McLean live there, and they helped her out with that. So here's Kirsty.
Hello, Something for the Weekend. My name is Kirsty Fisher, and I'm delighted to be on your show, so thank you very much for having me. I'm speaking to you from a little cabin in Highland, Perthshire, where I've been living since the start of lockdown. I had been working on a sailing yacht abroad, and we'd planned to sail back to Scotland, but those plans didn't really work out, as many people's plans haven't really worked out this year. However, I've just released my first album, Maps, which was recorded at the wonderful Antober in Tobermory by the equally wonderful Gordon MacLean. I actually started recording the album back in 2018, and then I went off to work on boats for a while, so it's been a 2-year process of mixing and mastering and getting it all ready. I was also very lucky to have some fantastic accompaniment from Soren MacLean and Hannah Fisher, who also happens to be my sister. They live on Mull, and so normally I spend quite a lot of time there visiting them, and also my dad who lives there. And it was just such an amazing place to record the album. I released the title track single Maps back on the 4th of September with a music video which is available on YouTube. This was filmed by local Oban filmmaker and brilliant musician in his own right, Ben Sunderland, and we filmed it between Perthshire, Ganavan and Seal. And last year I was living on Seal and working as a wildlife guide, which was great fun. And I've also had lots of lovely times there, as my grandpa's lived there all my life as well. So it was really lovely to film between these two places that have been home to me at different stages. I released the album on the 30th of October with a special socially distanced gig from Antober. This was a really cool project to trial, as the production team were working at a distance, so Gordon was on sound upstairs and the lights and the cameras were being operated by Lunas Productions, all the way from Perth. The gig's available to watch on YouTube. Just search Kirsty Fisher Maps album release, and it features 5 tracks from the 10-track album. The full album is available through my website, which is kirstyfisher.com. So I'm going to play you a short clip from the album, and this one's called All at Sea. I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much for having me. It's been lovely to speak to you. If you would like to follow my music, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Bandcamp or Spotify, and also the usual Facebook and Instagram pages. I hope everyone stays safe and well, and you manage to get out and about in the beautiful place you live. Thank you, Something for the Weekend.
Well, thank you, Kirsty. I'm going to have to go and download that now because I want to hear more of that.
Me too. I was really enjoying it.
I want to hear the rest of that song.
That was the shortest music clip ever, but it was just to give you all a bit of a taster. But Kirsty Fisher, she sounded absolutely delightful, and I agree with you all. It's the kind of track you do want to hear more than 10 seconds of, don't you, really?
Yeah, and I think from a marketing point of view, it's worked really well. Hasn't it?
Yeah, well done, Kirsty.
Yeah. Kirsty will be swearing at me for this because I did tell her that, 4 minutes, 5 minutes tops she was getting.
Bless her.
Well, she made the most of it. Well done, Kirsty.
She did, but I want to.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'm going to go and listen to the rest of it, I'm sure. Not right now because we've got a podcast to do, haven't we?
Yes, we do.
I think it's time. We've not heard much from that famous man behind the engineering studio.
Famous or infamous?
Both. Mr. Stephen Day. You are still with us, aren't you?
I am still. I'm just sitting in the background pressing buttons.
Indeed. What have you got to mention for us this week?
Well, I've got a couple of things. But first thing, we talked about Panto a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, we did. You see, it works. It works.
I'm just waiting for that.
But if
Hope you're all joining in at home.
Please join in at home. But if you remember, we talked about Oban Spotlight Musical Theatre Group, who filmed a pantomime back in 2015 and are putting it on in conjunction with the Oban Phoenix Cinema to give people a pantomime, because we can't do it. And Benderloch, who should have been doing it this year, they can't do it because of lockdown. But just to let people know, the tickets are selling really well for Saturday the 12th. There's still a few tickets left, but there's lots of seats still available for the Sunday performances on the 13th, 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. And the tickets cost just £2 per person. Are we going?
Bargain.
Are we going?
Yeah.
I'll go, Stevie. Yeah. Where can you get those tickets
You
from?
can get them from the Oban Phoenix Cinema just by going in or going to obanphoenix.com.
And just to help everyone understand, so this is a recording of Puss in Boots that was made in 2015.
That's right.
Which is being shown on the big screen.
Shown on the big screen. It's the
shown on the big screen.
It's the only way we could get something like this on, and it'd be great for as many kids as possible to see it.
Listen, it's a Spotlight musical theatre. I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
Yes. So let's talk about the saltire and the lights.
Isn't it beautiful?
Isn't it just absolutely stunning? It is just such a beautiful location. I was just blown away by it when I saw it. I know that Fee mentioned it last week, but I don't think I truly visualised what it was going to look like. And then I kind of went round the corner and went, wow.
It's lovely, and it'll be lovely for people coming over from Mullen, that ferry, just seeing that when they're coming in. How long is it going to be up for?
Don't ask me, it's your story.
No idea. I just thought it was for St Andrew's Day and maybe a couple of days later, but I'm wondering if everybody loves it that much that they've just kept it up there.
Well,
you could be right.
I hope it stays up for a bit longer. I mean, you see the photos coming up on Facebook and Instagram. Everyone's having a go at getting a different view of it. So you've got the tower in blue and you've got the Psalter on it, and then you've got from, down by the distillery, you've got photos out from the bay. I'm waiting for someone to come along with a drone. I'm sure someone will come along with a drone and do some great footage of that.
I also think the Christmas tree's looking lovely, isn't it? What do you think, Kathie? Have you seen it yet?
Do you know what? I'll be heading into Oban later, so I'm looking forward to seeing the Christmas tree lit up because I haven't seen it yet. So, yes,
it does.
I shall keep my eyes peeled.
It looks spectacular. And again, a big thank you and a big shout out to Bid for Oban and the chaps from Argyll and Bute Council as well. Sometimes I think the council always gets a bit of a knock-in, but actually they come along and do things like this, and they've made a cracking job of it. I think it looks spectacular. So I'm obviously sort of well into Christmas already. Do you have something to...
Are you dressed as an elf, Ellis? Because I can't see a picture of you. Are you dressed as an elf now for the next few weeks? Is that you?
Do you know what? I really love the Grinch. Even though I love Christmas, I actually really personally identify with the Grinch. I don't know why.
Have you painted yourself green?
That'll come on Christmas Eve.
Oh, hey. Take some pictures.
Doctor Who.
Yes.
Who?
Knock, knock. Who's there? Doctor Who.
Well, Doctor Who is back on the 1st of January. I know it's not this weekend, but, people have to get everything in place to be ready for it. I mean, Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without Doctor Who, would it? And
I could live without it.
Oh, but Fiona.
Oh, don't say that to Stevie. He loves Doctor Who.
I know.
Could you live without
John Barrowman's back, isn't
exactly.
he? John Barrowman. Could
you live without John Barrowman? That's the question.
Oh, definitely.
Oh dear, we're hitting a good spot. I think I have a wee challenge here, and I've obviously chosen the right person. I don't know why I picked on you, Kathie, but I'm glad I didn't pick on Fiona. Do you think you could convince our good Scottish actor John Barrowman to come on something for the weekend?
I could have a go. I think he's been having hair problems like me. Because the last time I saw John Barrowman, his hair was white. And I did see a trailer, I'm sure, for Doctor Who, and it's black again.
It's black again.
So, I know. So maybe we could have a little chat about hair.
Well,
I'll give him a call.
That's my challenge. That's my challenge to you, Kathie, to get him to come on something for the weekend.
Okay.
Would you like to hear?
I'll have a go.
Can I take that week off, please?
Ooh.
John Barrowman can have my place that week.
Who would be your Doctor Who fee if you had a choice? Which male or female would be Doctor Who?
Right. So this is not out of the ones who you're not asking who my favourite.
Not who your favourite is historically.
Well,
who would you love to see play Doctor Who? Because
I'm absolutely glued to I'm a Celebrity as usual at this time of year.
Come on, Stevie, let's weigh in now.
I'm gonna go for Vernon Kay. He's my favourite person at the moment, I think Vernon Kay would make a great Doctor Who.
Vernon Kay is the Doctor.
Vernon Kay. How about Dawn French?
That'd be good. I could see that working.
So. Dawn French. I once got mistaken for Dawn French at Edinburgh Castle. I was a bit upset. I was getting a picture. I was on a girls' trip, and this woman offered to take our pictures, and she was very smiley. Then she came up to me and gave me this nudge. I went, "Oh, I just love Vicar of Dibley." I went, "Oh, very nice, thank you." That was 3 stone heavier at the time, so I don't feel too bad about it now.
Would you like to hear the trailer for Doctor Who?
Yes, yes, thank you.
If you must.
How many people in the universe get to meet the Doctor, let alone travel with her? Being with the Doctor, you don't get to choose when it stops, whether you leave her or she leaves you.
The Doc would really want us to keep an eye on the planet, right?
But how is that possible?
If you don't help, the human race is going down.
You with us?
As of now, you will see new defense drones at work.
These machines are going to change the world. Yo, remember us?
I'm Captain Jack Harkness, and I'm immortal.
Are you feeling insecure? Because you seem to need a lot of praise.
Do I?
Prepare for maximum extermination.
Not you guys.
Don't move! Now, Jack! Stay strong. People waiting for you.
Maximum extermination. I love that. That was the best bit for me.
I like the stay strong. People are waiting for you. I like that bit.
I like the bit when Stevie put it off.
Ignore us, Stevie.
She's fallen out of the bed the wrong side.
I'm not. I just sci-fi.
Doesn't like dumplings. Doesn't like Doctor Who.
It's sci-fi. It's the same with Star Trek and Star Wars, and no, it's just no. Don't like it. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Next.
What is next?
I've got a Scottish word of the week for you.
You have.
Yes.
Let's do it quickly because time's running out.
Okay, quick, here we go. Lang me ye lum reek. Lum. It's all right if it reeks, apparently. It's a good thing, and you certainly wouldn't want Santa to get stuck coming down or up it.
Can we have
one
of our Scottish presenters say this phrase, please?
Oh, okay.
Lang me ye lum reek.
Lang me ye lum reek.
So
what's a lum?
Word
it's a chimney.
It's a chimney.
Chimney.
That's the one. Yeah.
The reek represents smoking, does it?
Yeah. It would have been sort of, if your chimney's smoking, you're at home, the family's at home, you're warm, you're comfortable. That's my kind of thing.
If your lum's reeking, when this was brought out, it's a sign that you've got some money, you're not in poverty because you can afford to light your fire.
Yeah. Of course, in these days of environmental concern, your lum may not reek anymore.
Reek at all?
No.
Long may your central heating reek, which doesn't have quite the same ring to it, does it? Let's be honest.
No.
Anyway, are we finished? Have we had enough? We've had music, we've had film, TV, we've had salt irons, and we've had Christmas tree lights.
Haven't we had a lot?
Pantomime.
We've had a lot today. That's been a packed something for the weekend.
Massively packed edition. So that's all we've got time for this week. As always, we love hearing from you, so get in touch with your news, comments and photos. Email us somethingfortheweekend@obantimes.co.uk. You can also read all our stories online at www.obantimes.co.uk. You can also subscribe to our page-turning digital edition there as well. So until next time, it's goodbye from me, Ellis Butcher.
Bye from me, Fiona Scott.
Bye from me, Kathie Griffiths.
And goodbye from me, Stephen Day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.